you know, they seem to be a bit dispersed now because earlier they were complaining about turnout, accusing the people that they intended to show up, that they are failing to show up instead of offering support to them on social media. And then their demands are simple. They want an end to Galamsey. They're calling for the president to ban illegal mining now. They also are complaining about the high unemployment rate in the country. We can hear some noise, so of course we will get closer to them and find out what it is that they have to say. They've been communicating with their members from time to time, telling them how it is going. So in your shot now is Oliver Bakavomowo, who is a lead convener of the Fix the Country movement, who is currently speaking to the protesters. Let's get closer.
What's the American? Traffic will chrome or chamber bread or Bemofroso Bebre. And you say, I don't know, I can't answer by the Zuro, a bedroom, a boat to Ababa, Quambia, so I know, in so no dear, you are 200 bags in a good attract. And in so dear, once you come do be a Numbi. You may hear go, but if you are never back, yes, give me rest. You better has why? Now, winning. There be a demonstration with Habiano. Ya be sorry ni aprapra ha. Ni asesa ye bola. Ni achechira koto. Obi meka say ye mebunu ye ni ho so. Because issues ni ye canon better. Ye mom ho kwa ma momfa na ye say we boba ye no. O ma ye say de can mo betie. Nti no, eno na me pese me ka kire mo obi abamu mu. Ye da ha. Why me don't want to say.
Right. So that's a lead convener of the Fix the Country movement, Oliver Bakavomowo, who has just addressed the people that they are going to be here for the next 3 days, and they will clear the place. They will make sure that the place is cleaned when they are done, to make sure that they demonstrate peacefully. They've charged them that they should continue the course that they have started fighting because they want a result now. Let's get closer to some of the protesters and see if we can engage them also to speak to them about how it has been so far. We want to speak to you briefly. We're a few minutes after midday. Are you impressed with the turnout? You had complaints about people not showing up in your numbers. Are you impressed now?
Yeah, it's building up. And mind you, this is a 3-day demonstration. So usually, if you remember the last one we did, people didn't show up so much on the first day. But subsequent days, yes, the turnout was really good. But of course, we don't even need everyone to be here before this thing can become successful. Our message is very clear. Fix our water. That's all we need. If it's just one person who's going to be here to make that voice heard or send that message across, that will be successful for us. We're saying this is a call for all youth of Ghana. And that's why we are calling for everyone to join in this. Because the water issue is not selective. It's going against everyone in the country. And that's why we are calling for everyone to come. But if the youth of Ghana do not show up, let them understand this. We will be ridiculed because we don't show up, and we happen to be the majority. So if 12 million Ghanaian youth between the ages of 16 and 35 do not show up to fight for our water, mind you, a human being can live just 3 days without water. So it means if all our water bodies are destroyed, we are indirectly or directly being sentenced to a lifetime of death. In fact, it's not even a lifetime, it's a death sentence, yes. So we're asking all Ghanaian youth, this is an issue which has to be of high priority to you, of the highest interest, and you have to join us here. Social media is good, you can text and support, but our numbers on the streets will send a very strong message to those people up there that yes, indeed, we will stand up and fight for what is ours and in our best interest. So yes, the turn-up is good, it's growing, you can see. The numbers are coming up, a lot more people on route coming. And yes, before the close of today, we'll see impressive turnout, yes.
Well, earlier we saw you block this road and block this one. Why have you let it go now?
So we didn't let it go. We rerouted the traffic. We realized there's a hospital close by, right? So there's emergency services that need to operate. So we decided to allow those to pass freely, but some people are trying to take advantage of that opening. So we said we rerouted the route. You can go through different routes, but for this square, we blocked the side. And we blocked the streets not because we wanted to be chaotic. Our understanding was we were going to march past the Flagstaff House. But before we got here, the police had blocked this place with no notice to any of us. If they blocked it without informing us, we are saying that we can't allow anyone to pass here too. So we also block here to send our message. And see, let me just use a minute to outline this thing. The essence of demonstrations is to make people uncomfortable. It's unfortunate if the citizenry have to bear that discomfort. But of course, we are suffering as well. We've organized for food and refreshments to be brought to our people, but the car is stuck in traffic. We are feeling the heat, but we're saying in this instance, we cannot be selective. We are all suffering and we must all bear the pressure until our water situation is fixed. Yes. No favoritism. If we have to suffer in this, we will be here. Exactly. No protocol. We are there inside. Yes, sir.
Let me speak to my lady here. I've seen that you've also been very charged, during the blockade of the roads. Tell us a bit about it. You are here. You've been here for a while now. Yeah. Tell us why you are.
Okay, so for me, it's simple. Galamsey needs to stop. President Akufo-Addo puts his presidency on the line. He needs to resign. He puts his presidency on the line. His own words, and he hasn't resigned. And we're asking that, as we've noticed, so many bigwigs within this government, within the MPP party, they are the ones who are behind this Galamsey menace. And Galamsey is affecting Ghanaian lives. Children keep dying. Babies are being born with deformities because of the chemicals they're using in the Galamsey areas. The food we eat comes from these Galamsey areas. They're using that same toxic water to water our crops, and we're going to be eating that food. We're seeing a rise in kidney disease. Yes. And there's a link between Galamsey and kidney disease. So we can't sit idle. I cannot sit idle while this is happening. And Ghanaians need to realize that we all have a stake in this. Water is life. Ghana Water Company has even come out. They've come out to say that in 2 years, if Galamsey is not averted, they're going to have issues being able to provide us with water. If you don't drink water, you will literally die. So for me, this is a life or death matter. And every Ghanaian person needs to treat it as such. Any people can live with Galamsey and be comfortable with Galamsey, then they can be comfortable with traffic. They can be comfortable with their roads being blocked. Because if you can live with, when your life is at risk and you are not worried about that and you care more about being stuck in traffic, then you have a problem. We have a fundamental problem and it needs to be fixed.
MFA, so you had the very charged demonstrator. But let's get more reaction from my gentleman here. I want to speak to you. Briefly. This is a 3-day protest. You're planning to end on Monday, and one of the key demands is an end to Galamsey. Right. If by Monday your protest,
an end to Galamsey,
yes, I said it's one of the key demands is an immediate end to Galamsey. By the end of Monday, if Galamsey is not stopped, what are you going to do?
Please, we need to really understand that we are here with a theme to follow end Galamsey. End Galamsey now is the theme. That is what we are standing for. Okay? But the whole point here is to send a message across. Please, just be here. You see, the little effort we put is very, very, very important. We are not here to move the needle, to reinvent the wheel. We are here to make progress. Okay, now if Monday is a working day, right?
It's a holiday.
Monday is a holiday.
Yeah.
You know, actually, as a matter of fact, this was supposed to be something that goes on within the work week, so that the state actually knows that we are very, very serious and we want to really, cease operations on the land. Yes. 8 years and I'm at airport Hanumi and Tessie. That place like a minefield. I was there yesterday. You guys should be disgusted by yourselves. Like you borrow billions. What? Really? Oh, mu borrow billions. Multi billions and millions. You know, we enter into one of these the government officials, their homes, and then there are $4 million, this $1 million. Look at the currency. It is stop Galamsey, but you guys are terrible at your jobs. We don't need you. We should be disgusted by yourselves. Yes. It is not enough. And gone were the days when we used to say, oh, you are an old person. We need to respect you. When you is 2024, what's it? Like, we don't respect you, man. We don't respect you. Obviously, I respect you. Give us value. Give us value. Give us value. Come in so cry and be light. We don't have. We can't buy light, and you don't have light. You can't buy water. You don't have water. We don't have currency. Akufo-Addo and government officials, you guys suck at your job.
Right, so let's get closer. We are seeing that another incident is currently unfolding here. The demonstrators are trying to prevent a vehicle from crossing. Now, they're trying to hold one of their members from getting closer to the car. There you have it, but finally, the car has been made to cross. And then to your right, you can also see a police car being made to reroute because the protesters have blocked the road once again. They are not going to allow the police vehicle to pass. So the police vehicle is currently rerouting to a different destination. Right, so these are the carrying scenes happening here at the 37 roundabout here in the Greater Accra region. The demonstrators of the Democracy Hub demonstrating against a number of issues. Key amongst them is an end to Galamsey. Well, so far, though, we haven't recorded any violent incidents. It has been relatively calm. There hasn't been any altercation between the protesters and the police service, although there's been a few disagreements, and the protesters have burnt a few flags. We've seen them burn the flag of the MPP, but they've also been burning flags of the NDC as well, saying that they do not need any of those two political parties. They have charged the youth to take the destiny of the country in their own hands. So they are addressing themselves once again. Let's get closer and listen to what he's saying.
We're going to make it pass.
Yeah.
But apart from that, nobody they pass. Yeah. I beg, security services, you don't go pass. Yeah. But emergency services, we're going to make you pass. Yeah. So hold on. So the doctor, you saw a car just passed. Yes. When he came, he claimed he was a doctor. Yeah. And now he has received an emergency call. Yeah. We insisted he shows us his credential. He showed us his card. And then he showed us his text message on the phone that he has received an emergency and he was called to duty. So we made him pass. But any other car no go pass. No way. So we say, if it be, no, hold on. Yes. If 10 people are going to come to us and forge messages to show that they have an emergency, we will let it pass. Because a life is a life. Yeah. But apart from that, no protocol. No protocol. But ambulance, we will make ambulance pass. If a doctor is going to duty, we will make him pass. If nurse forgo duty, we will make she go. But apart from that, no protocol. No in others, God bless us.
Right, so you had one of the key conveners of the demonstration telling the people that they should let emergency services like ambulances pass if anything of that sort comes to pass by. They've prevented a plethora of vehicles from passing, but they have given way to ambulance services because just close by is the 37 military hospital. So they say that if the car comes and it's an ambulance, they should allow them to pass. But that is the only exception. Except only if it is an ambulance car, that is when it will be allowed to pass. Apart from that, no vehicle, whether a police car, a military car, or whatever car it is, they are not going to allow them to pass. And of course, I'm not here alone, like I mentioned earlier. I'm here with my colleague Maxwell Agbagba, the veteran demonstration reporter. Maxwell, we've been here all morning. Tell us about it. How has it been?
Well, I think the police, the public relations office of the Ghana Police Service said they came here with a de-escalation mindset. That is exactly what we've seen so far from the side of the Ghana Police Service. Even in the face of some provocations, we've seen them exercise, restraints. We've seen them exercise some restraints, which we should say should continue, because the protesters insist that they have to exercise, that right to protest, and that is what they are doing. And so far, although there have been some provocations, especially with the police. They've been able to maintain their calm. And the protesters also, I think we can also commend them because so far it has been peaceful. We've not seen them really attacking, commuters. We've just seen some isolated cases, I think 1 or 2 of them. Not necessarily an attack, but some of them charging at some of the commuters who wanted to forcefully use their cars, to go through the human wall that it formed, here. So I think we can commend the police. We can also commend the protesters for keeping it peaceful so far.
Yes, I agree with you because the police have been very professional. Earlier, they addressed the press and assured Ghanaians that they are going to execute the highest form of professionalism, and so far they have been up to task. They're not heavily armed as you would ordinarily see them at most demonstrations. But of course, the protesters have gathered again, addressing the press. Let's get closer.
Make a living, and it should hurt anyone watching this that this is what we have to do for a living in a country that is the #1 in gold in Africa, #1 in number 6 in the world. But now to add insult to injury, over $20 billion of our gold that's causing us this misery does not even come to Ghanaians. It goes to foreigners. And then our women carry this 12 hours, 14 hours a day just to make 50 cedis. That should cause everybody to worry. What is wrong with this picture? There is something seriously wrong with this picture. Okay? Guys, we don't even need Galamsey to live the lives that we want. Number one, the citizens of Ghana are not even benefiting from Galamsey. They're not benefiting from Galamsey. Okay, all we're doing is reaping the havoc that Galamsey is leaving to us. The people who are benefiting from Galamsey have left our shores and they're enjoying the wealth somewhere else in Dubai, in South Africa, in Switzerland, and we are suffering. The women who carry this 12 hours a day have to go home to their children who have been poisoned by all the Galamsey waters. What kind of world is this? And we have 275 useless parliamentarians sit and enjoy. They drive around in 160,000 70th edition Pathfinders, and this is what we do. How can a woman carry 100 pounds on their head for 12 hours a day just to make 50 cedis a day?
15.
How? 15? Oh, come on, Ghana. This has got to be better than that. This has got to be better than this.
60 years of
50.
How much is KK1?
This is ridiculous. This is painful. And we are asking all media houses to join this fight, because sooner or later, if you are a media house, your children, your mother, you yourself will have to suffer from the havoc of Galamsey. Every Ghanaian is an endangered species. Every Ghanaian is an endangered species. So we all need to rise. 7th December 2024, go to the polls and with your thumb make a statement. They could stop us with the police. They could bring all the artillery. They could fly the drones, but they cannot stop your thumb. So when the crack opens on 7th December 2024, make sure it's Kofi Granting. We're going to make Ghana work, whether they like it or not, and we're going to fire them. I promise you.
Kofi, as you just mentioned, your name is on the ballot in December. If we vote for you, what changes are you bringing?
Listen, the Galamsey issue is a simple issue. Listen, we have all this. Listen. Oh, Nakai, Ariega. Oh, Ariega. Oh, Nakai. Eh, Abusha Foy, Mutie. Galamsey Asemno. Galamsey, Champagne, ne, Ediabe machines na. Machine. Machine, woman de bano. So, that be all right. Machine, woman de bano. Machine, Efa Ghana Port. Ghana Port, NF. Ghana Port, NF. Ghana Port, na F. No. And your Ghana government na in charge. And your Ghana government na in charge. It's Edena. So, it's Abusha for Galamsey, maybe your president, Galamsey, machines na ya debano, F port. So, F port, and zero tolerance. Machine beer Baba Ghana, no, I see a target. No. Machine no e move obia who say machine ni move e monitor no iti dey ti omuntu be stop Galamsey ni say e ye woman panyimfo no e na e ya akronfo woman no ya akronfo woman na ya akronfo because mene wo ye ntumi nkoto machine 150,000 en fan ko si anwea mu nkoti anwea $150,000 machine.
Right, so that is independent candidate Kofi Cranton, who has spoken to the demonstrators. He's saying that the electorate should choose him on the 7th of December because his name is also appearing on the ballot, and he says that if he's voted for as president, he's going to end Galamsey immediately. Now, he has accused Ghanaian leaders of being behind Galamsey, the reason they cannot put a ban on the menace. So if you come to the 37 circle here in the crowd, these are the scenes of the protests, which is dubbed Democracy Hub, where they're calling for an end to illegal mining, which is popularly known as Galamsey. Among other things, the high rate of unemployment among the youth, the depreciating currency, and a whole lot more. MFR. Right, so the place looks a bit calmer now. You can see that they have, barricaded the place with some bricks and then sachets of water. They are not going to allow any vehicle pass this side of the road. On the left side too, the situation is the same. On the right as well. Let's get closer to this woman. She's been very passionate. I've seen you at a number of demonstrations. You've protested quite a number of times. I want to find out from you. I saw you holding a bottle of liquid which was a bit brown. What is that?
It was part of the River Pra. Water from the River Pra that fellow Ghanaian went and got for me.
Who is fellow Ghanaian?
Ralph.
Okay. Is that what has pushed you to join this protest?
No, I just love young people and the future. I just love young people and they need to be given a better future. And how will they have a better future if they drink Galamsey water? How will my grandchildren survive if they are given Galamsey water? The animals in the bush are drinking Galamsey water and we are buying them and eating them. Why? Why? The gold in Ghana belongs to Ghanaians. It does not belong to like 6 people, 10 people, 20 people. It belongs to all of us. It should be used to fix this country. Not just a few people, they have the, access to big machines and they can mine. Then the small boys too are hungry. Then they go and do illegal Galamsey and then it ends up in the rivers. Is that right?
It's not right.
Create employment for the youth.
Exactly.
Don't you want jobs?
Of course.
Do you want to be swimming in Galamsey water,
No way.
working with mercury?
No.
But you are forced to, because who cares?
Nobody cares.
We are ending at the hospital with liver disease.
That's right.
Kidney failure.
And we want an end to it now.
Stop poisoning the youth.
And the future. My grandchildren, who can't even come and shout here, who will shout for them? My great-grandchildren, who will come when I'm dead. I have to fight now for them.
For us to import water from China, the politicians will have the choice. The politicians will have the choice to import water from China. How about the many Ghanaian youth who are earning 1,000 cedis, 800 Ghana cedis? How are they going to import water from China? Yes. We are in this country and 24,000 cases of cancer have been recorded, all related to Galamsey. Are you on board to wash off the whole entire nation? And the people who are poisoning our water bodies, these are the people who are 60 years and 70 years old. You have outlived your life, and we will not allow you to destroy our life. Stop poisoning the youth, and that's the simple message we are passing out there. Respect.
Thank you very much. These are some of the demonstrators who have, expressed their frustration at the current state of affairs, particularly with illegal mining. Let's get closer to independent candidate Kofi Cranton, who is once again speaking to the press.
$1 million to do this job. I'm serious. It's ridiculous because you will die. My neck is getting ready to fracture. It's not safe. And they carry this 8 hours a day for 15 cities. And the leaders who have been giving the land to manage are allowing not even us, but foreigners to dig our lands, pollute our waters, decimate our lands, just so that we will suffer. We will give birth to children, babies who are deformed. And for the rest of us, to get carcinogenic, it means get cancer-related diseases as we grow older. The life expectancy in Ghana is about 64 years. Ghana should have a life expectancy of the Okinawans in Japan, which is 100 years plus, because we have cocoa. We have cocoa that has active ingredient that builds stem cells in us to allow us to live over 100 years. But yet, our cocoa has been polluted by Galamsey. And now, cocoa has been red marked that it's not good for consumption for foreign markets.
What are you hoping to do about all these situations?
We're hoping to bring the culprits not to book, but to put them away for life. I promise you, as a president, we're going to go back for the next 30 years, 32 years, and look at everybody who was involved in this Galamsey menace and have them pay. There will never be a day of Galamsey in Ghana again, as far as I am president. They will pay for this, and we will end Galamsey. We will allow for our lands to heal. Our lands will heal, because if it's money we want, we could get money from cassava, we could get money from so many other things, and not Galamsey. So this is where we are. Galamsey is an easy problem to fix. It's only been made that it's difficult because Galamsey is being perpetrated by the same leaders. So that's where we are.
Well, you heard there again Kofi Cranton, who is an independent candidate vying for president in this year's elections, and significantly you can see he's having a headpan containing water, some soft drinks and bottled water as well. He's been addressing the demonstrators, accusing the leaders of the country for being behind the illegal mining, the reason they cannot put an end to the menace.
And that's my colleague Kenneth JC live from 37, where the Democracy Hub is currently organizing that 3-day protest against illegal mining in Ghana.